let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this.
Hello, Bina.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great now.
Good. You got me. Perfect timing. I just got on, and I'm gonna be on for at least an hour, unless something happens. What's going
How are
on?
you doing today?
I'm. I'm never been. I've never felt so good in my life.
Good. That makes me
Uh,
happy.
Thank you. On like a really high level. I was tripping out last night. Last night, for one moment, I probably felt better than I've ever felt in my life, and I felt very good in my life. So I had one of these moments where you're grateful for everything, and it's just so cool, man. So it kind of continued into today, and it's just been great. What about you?
I've had a pretty good day. I read
Right.
I reached a goal at gym, so I'm real happy about that.
What goal was that?
Um Leg press 225.
Okay, are you going for how much weight you're gonna be able to push? Is that the goal?
Yeah, I was at 200. I hit the 225. So
I
I'm pretty
see.
happy.
But that's an accomplishment. When you go to the gym, you want to have specific goals. You could build more muscle, build more size, have more endurance, better health, or lose weight. And people don't know they're not all the same, right? So
No.
the way that you're talking about working out right now, um, me not knowing much more about it, but the way you're talking about it, I would tell you if you want to lose weight, it's not so much about how much pounds you can push. It's about how much sweat and calories you burn and how you eat. What is your goal in the
Oh,
gym? What are you trying to do?
I know. I'm working on my legs cuz they need it. Put it that
Yeah,
way.
you want to tone them and make them look good.
Yeah.
What when do you think was the best you ever looked in your life? When was that?
About 10 years ago.
Okay, when you think back 10 years ago, right?
Hmm.
At what point, like, did you let it go, or did it just you try to maintain it and it didn't maintain? Like, what happened?
I had a dramatic experience in my life
Uh huh.
that changed me for a long time.
Yeah. Seems like everybody has something like that, right? And then, so then recently you're back working out. So something between then and now shifted, where you're like, I want to take care of myself again. What shifted?
Somebody walked into my life, my best friend, a girlfriend of mine,
Uh huh.
and she said, Nope, it's time to change. Get up."
I remember you saying this the first time I spoke to you.
Yeah.
We went over it briefly. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
But
So
it feels
now,
great. It feels great to love me again.
yeah, you want to put video tonight, or you don't want to do video? I just realized.
Well, I'm laying in bed right now.
Well, okay. Where else should you be? In the car, driving, walking. This is a good place to be. Okay, what time is it over there?
I used to go to bed around, I don't know, I'm a night owl. It depends. I could sleep 20 minutes and swear I slept 4 hours.
Really?
Hmm.
Has it always been like that, or it changed through the years?
My whole life, it's been like that.
Really? If you guys want to go live, jump on live. Let's talk to people. Okay, let's everybody talk. It's gonna be a great
Oh,
conversation.
awesome.
This is like the third or fourth live I've done, and they always end up being real magical. Okay. All right.
Isn't that true?
Oh my God, you should have been to the last two. They were unreal. Jump on. I just invited you. Jump on. Victoria, jump on. Victoria Elizabeth, 1992. Jump on, girl. Okay, so what's tomorrow hold for you, Labita?
Well, let's see. Gym at 8 o'clock, and then I'm going to go hang out with my neighbor lady.
What do you guys do?
Well, she's older. She's like 73, and she don't have no company. So I go over and I make her lunch, and we sit and talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool. How often do you do that?
About a couple times a week.
Really?
Hmm.
And how long
She
have you been
loves
doing
my
that?
dog. She
She
loves
what?
my dog.
How long
She
have you been
loves my
doing that?
dog.
Yeah, yeah.
For a couple months now.
Oh, okay. What's that like for you?
It's good. It makes me happy that I can make somebody else happy and make their day.
Yeah, makes a difference.
Yeah.
I bet you she hella appreciates it more than you probably can imagine.
She does. I made her dinner tonight. I made her a Caesar salad with a New York strip.
Really?
She was happy about that. Yeah.
And then when you make it that dinner, do you also have that dinner yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Wow. And what kind of dog do you have? You said you have a dog.
His name is Harley. He's a Chihuahua.
Oh, you sent me a picture of him. That's the guy. How
Yeah.
long? How long have you had him?
10 years.
Oh, wow, wow. Do you ever think about after he passes on, you're gonna get any more or not?
I'm done.
Hmm. Really?
He's my heart.
I know. I know. I lost two dogs recently.
Oh, I'm sorry. What kind were they, if you don't mind me asking?
Not at all. There were pit bulls. I have four pit bulls, and two of them died
Oh,
within like 2 months of each other, and they were like really cool. I used to have a fear of pit bulls. I used to have a phobia. A phobia, like arachnophobia. You can't be in the same. I could not be in the
mhm.
same street as a pit bull. If I walked out of my, it happened. But I'm telling you, it happened. Walk out of my house, and on the other side of the street there was somebody walking a pit bull. I would walk the other way. AZD IMC Nation, I invited you. If you could hear me, I invited you twice now, so I'm doing what I need to do. There you are.
Oh,
So
somebody
I would.
joined.
What's that?
Someone joined.
Yeah, that's myself. I joined. No, that's one of the guys
Yeah.
who's part of the organization that I'm part of.
Nice.
So we're gonna get a lot of those guys on. Video, if you have video, if you want to put on video, put video. Everybody who has video want to put on video, put on the video, and then jump on everyone. It's going to be a great conversation. Lobita and I are talking about the dog. So I had a phobia of the pit bull, and then but I had a high respect for it because I liked how strong it was. I wanted to be like one, but I was afraid of one. And then one day I was drunk with, and I'm not. When I say I was drunk, we're talking about maybe 3 times in my life. I'm not the guy who gets drunk. So one day I was drunk at lunch with my sister, her husband, and Electra. My girlfriend's been with me. Today's our anniversary, actually. We've been together 19 years
Oh,
and 6 months. 19 years and 6 months today. To the day.
nice.
Not crazy? 19 years and 6 months, right?
That's a long time.
And then it was off of not even dating, off of seeing each other, and then me asking her without her knowing me if she wanted to be my girlfriend. And if she said yes, it was for life. And if she said no, then I would drop her off. She said yes. And everybody thought we were crazy.
No, there's nothing wrong with going after and getting what you want.
Hey, we're the only ones that lasted. All right?
Hey,
We
may I
got
ask
Yogi,
you? Yeah.
we got Yogi Chris is on. He's one of the Lobita. That guy is part of the same mastermind team I'm on. He's a PhD, and he's a master of yoga, and he's a high level communicator. That's Lobita, Yogi Chris.
Hello,
What's
nice
up,
to meet
Lobita?
you. Hi.
Good to meet you too. Hi.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an honor to be on.
All right,
This is so
you had
cool.
a you had a dog, right? You had a dog.
Yeah.
What was that relationship like?
Oh, it was magical. That really opened up a lot of understanding in me. And I had my pit bull years ago. I haven't had a dog for a few years, but so many experiences. And really, at that time, I was a lot more reckless. So I got pulled over a lot when I happened to have my pit bull with me. And
Wait,
I
let me
always,
say something here. Lobita, everybody listen. Have you guys seen the movie? Lobita,
Yeah.
have you watched Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
Okay.
kinda.
All right. So, like that guy that's talking, he's the closest thing to the movie. When he's talking about he used to get pulled over a lot, I want you to go into some kind of a Breaking Bad scenario of him driving across the town in some desert area with a bunch of drugs and a pit bull. Okay. Now, yeah, it's a better story, right? Let's see why he
Yeah,
would
is he in
get.
his underwear?
You can ask him. I'm just saying. When he says I used to get pulled over, let's get context of the pullover. It was like Breaking Bad, tons and tons and tons of drugs and moving and doing stuff like that, stuff that books are made of. So, anyways, go on.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah, definitely just a lot of close calls, and the pit bull, I think, was almost like, because she was so well behaved and so just strong and good looking as a dog, like I always felt like that had just a little X factor with the police. And sometimes, I mean, they did pull me out, but it was the dog relationship, that was also back in the day when I first got into psychedelics. So I started having these psychedelic experiences communicating with my dog.
Hell yeah.
And it was, telepathy became a real thing for me back then. Although I didn't even know that's what it was called, what was happening.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
So speaking of this Breaking Bad thing, I'm gonna make a statement. May I?
Yeah. You got the mic. Go for it.
Well, I did 20 years behind my dude.
You did?
Yeah, I went in 1992 and I got out in 2013.
Where did you do time at?
I did time in Nebraska.
No way. I originally went to Omaha, Nebraska when I came to the United States. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Because
So,
when we
you
got
did-
arrested,
Uh-huh.
they wanted me to roll over on my dude, and I'm like, I'm good.
So tell us a
I'm
little bit
good.
more. So they're telling you what? Tell us that he's doing ABCD and then you can go free? Is that what that means? What do you mean by that?
They wanted me to tell them what he did, and they would put me in witness protection. I'm like, no, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Really? And then they said if you don't do it, you're going to get 20 years?
Yep.
20 years you were in jail because you didn't rat out your man?
Yep.
All right, you got the #1 gifter badge from all the men. There you go, everybody. Lobita is available right now on our dating site. Okay, you just go to my secret here. Hold on. Hold on. I know how to find men for you, real good. Okay, Lobita requires you to have a lot of money. Look, I just turned everybody off. You see that, Lobita? I just got rid of 99% of the guys. I know how to do it. Okay, and that 1% that remained, ready? She loves to give head. And she's very good at it. Okay? There you go.
Oh my God.
You got
Thanks,
the #3
sweetheart.
gifter badge for that, for giving head, one of the best. Lobito Gonzalez is one of the best BJ experts in our crowd, and everybody who comes. I'm going to introduce you from now on, Lobito, as BJ professional. Okay? And we won't even say what it
That's okay.
stands
I love it. Hey, you can't be mad at me because I love what I do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? #3 gifter badge. Okay, let's take a pause and see. Hold on, let me meet the person who's on. Okay, Tristan, what's going on?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
All right.
Doing good. Where are you calling in from?
I'm from Florida. I'm on the East Coast.
Oh, okay, what's going on over there these days, man? Give us the news. But let's hear it from the actual people, not from the news.
Chaos, bullshittery. There ain't nothing too new.
Really?
Same shit, different toilet.
Really? What do you like to do? I don't care what your job is, but what do you like to do?
I'm a gamer, bro. I love to play video games. I love to stream to other people so other people can enjoy what I do.
Hell yeah.
Some people are inspired by what I do on here and other platforms to get rid of somewhat that anxiety and not care what other people think. You know?
That's amazing, bro. Do you have video? You want to put on video or no?
Yeah, I can turn mine on. Real quick.
Yeah, let's see it. It's better to see what we're talking to. You see Lobita. Lobita's got the greatest tits you've ever seen in your life. All right, #4 gift for badge for Lobita for having great tits. There you go. All right, there's Tristan.
Kind of looking
Listen.
at me right now. My girl's looking at me. She's sitting right across from me, looking at me like, "What the fuck is going on over there?"
Listen, tell your girl we respect her so much that we don't even want to talk to her. We want to talk to you because we got a man code here going on. If we're going to talk to her on my life, we're going to talk to her through you because you're the man here and we got a code here. So everybody should know that's how we operate here, okay? Makes things easier. But it's up to you how she feels about the rest of it because that's your woman. Now, that brings us to a good subject, okay? I got a violation warning right now for saying whatever I said. Great. We're going to talk about this, okay? The idea that a woman, for her to actually feel satisfied, right? She has to feel like her man cares enough for her that he wants to say, that's my woman. And I say that because in today's world, if someone says that, it almost makes the feminism made it sound bad, right? But I know a lot of women. I'm known as the guy who dates 9 beautiful women. Not just dates them, they're my girlfriends, really. And so I have some observation to make here. My observation is this. At least beautiful women, okay? And that's what I know, they're beautiful women. Beautiful women, which seems like all women, have a sense that if a man feels inside of them that that is their woman, right, that they feel safer and more secure, all right? We lost Tristan. Lobita, you're the voice of females right now. Girls, jump on, talk. Lobita, what do you think about that idea?
Well,
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know evil laugh was going to arrive. That's you.
stop it.
Well,
So what, okay, now answer, what question do you want me to answer?
I want to know. All right, that's good. Let me make it more specific, okay? Lobita, I have an observation that I want you to talk about as a woman. My observation is that women want their man to claim them as his woman. Like the title, that is my woman. And I think that if we accept today's society's standard of, you know, she's not an object, don't claim her. It's not about an object. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the language of a relationship should be, that's my woman and I am his woman. I say, my observation that I want you to talk about, whether true or false from your perspective, is that this makes a woman feel more secure in a relationship if the guy has this mentality. What do you think about that?
I agree with that completely because I am the type of woman, I'm old fashioned for one,
Yeah.
and I believe that a woman, when a man claims her as his, it's the best thing in the world to me. I don't know about other women, I can't speak for other women. But
Yeah.
for me, that would make my chest pump up and make me feel proud that someone cares enough for me like that.
Exactly. Now, let me ask you some questions. What are some subtle ways that a man would do that would make you know that he actually feels that about you? Are there things that he would do that maybe even expect, you know, first of all, let me talk about expectations. Everyone, let's try to drop them. It's different to have standards and expectations. They're not exactly the same thing, okay? They're similar, but let's just say if we were going to take some expectations, right? But they were
Okay.
hidden. They were hidden expectations. They were like, you weren't going to tell the guy what it was. That's one of my girlfriends, AZD Bubbles, everybody, that's Hannah. You weren't going to tell the guy anything, but you were going to secretly judge him on whether or not he feels like you belong to him. Let's put it like that, okay? So what are some things he would do or say that you could check mark inside and go, I think that means I'm his? Like, what are some things you look for?
Like, okay, say for example, we go out to a club,
Okay.
and he's doing his own thing with his homeboys, and I'm over on the other side with my homegirls, and I happen to look up and see him looking at me. That right there makes me know and feel that I'm safe and secure because he's looking at me.
Ah,
Just something subtle like that, you know?
okay, that's good. We as men want to know this because that's your language that we don't know. You're a woman. Is there something else? Am I a lizard man asking for a friend? I've thought about it. I think I have some kind of lizard bloodline in me, I'll be honest with you, but I don't think I'm full. There's no way I'm a full lizard man. I'd be able to shapeshift right now, but I can't. So, at least not like that. So, Lobita, okay? Hannah, are you trying to come on live?
It said that you invited.
Oh, that was an accident. You're uninvited. Get the fuck out.
Okay, bye.
Hi. That's my girlfriend. I own that bitch. I own that bitch. That's my bitch.
Aw.
Bitch, get off my live. Bitch, get off my live. Hannah, why are you still on? Get the fuck up.
I'm trying. Hold on.
It'd be
That's
my
so
pleasure.
sweet.
Yeah. Which part is sweet?
How you demand it. I love that.
All right, everybody. Lobita's moving up in the ranks on women that you want to get with. Let's just keep watching. By the end, Lobita, you're gonna have a lot of suitors hitting you up. Okay, and then we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a season of Lobita Finds Love on Spider's show. Okay, I'll do things like this. We'll do 20 minutes of Lobita Finds Love, where we'll interview different men across the world. You know, you say, here's a question you ask them. You say, okay, listen, if we got stopped by the police and you were caught and they asked me to rat, would you want me to rat or not? Now, you got to ask questions like that. You got to make it gangster. Okay,
No, I would not.
Okay, fine.
No.
All right. So now, what other thing does a man do that makes you think or feel that he owns? You know, I was gonna say he owns you. I know that language is okay for you, but a lot of people don't understand that. So I would say that he thinks you're his woman. Not owns you in a bad way, but like, you know, owns the relationship. He owns the responsibility to take care of you. That's what I'm talking about, right? So what are some other things he would do or say? Looking across the room, that's nice. Anything else?
Well, like, say we were like in a crowded area or something,
Yeah.
and he just subtly reach over and just like kiss me on the cheek, something like that, you know, or maybe he would guard me against a crowd,
Yeah.
like hover around me,
Yeah.
open the car door for me, pull my seat out, simple things,
Okay.
just simple.
Okay, and does that...
It doesn't have to be diamonds and roses and purses. No, just treat me with respect.
Okay, let's talk about that. Respect. He treats you with respect. You don't want fake respect, right? You don't want him to pull out the chair because he was told to pull out the chair, right?
No.
So what's the
I
difference?
want him to do it. I want him to do it on his own accord.
How can you tell if it's on his own accord? What do you measure?
What do I measure? If he does it and I don't even have to look at him. If he just does it automatically.
Well, what about, is there a sense of authenticity you could feel in a man's gestures and motions or not?
Yes, I'm very in tune. I have a lot of empathy.
Yeah?
So I catch people's feelings and right away.
Oh, okay. And so what's it like if you catch a man's feelings and he feels nervous around you? What do you feel?
If he feels nervous, I try to make him feel more comfortable.
Do you feel attraction?
Yes.
Does the attraction go up or down if he's nervous around you?
It like goes up a little because it makes me feel that he's needed as well as I am.
Okay, so now let me do a little more experiments here, okay? So now imagine a guy and he's going out with you and you feel he's nervous, okay? Now I want you to imagine another guy, same exact guy, different universe. This time around, when he goes there's AZD Siren, that's my girlfriend, Sin, join. This time around, this guy is different and you don't sense any nervousness in him. You sense a calm in him. Which guy do you think you'd be more attracted to?
The nervous guy.
Really? Do you know that's different than the normal DNA response, for lack of a better word? Let me ask you some more questions, okay? Have you ever been in front of a man? Have you ever been in front of a man who was totally calm and confident and was not nervous around you?
Yes.
You have. How did you feel when you were around that man?
Nervous myself.
I got it. Okay. And then when you were around a man who was nervous around you, how did you feel?
Confident.
Hold on. Let me see what my girlfriend is.
You're a really fast pecker there.
You don't even know. You have no clue. I go. My fingers can burn. Okay. Hold on a second. One thing. Okay. And so, when you're around the nervous guy, how did you feel?
It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel like I can do something.
Okay, so now you're going to be in a relationship. Now you're going to be in a relationship with a man. And one man, when you're around him, makes you feel butterflies and nervous. And the other one makes you feel like, you know, you can help him in life. Which man do you think you're going to want to have sex with more?
The nervous one.
How is that?
Because if I'm around him and he feels confident enough, let's see, how do I want to say this? he'll look forward to that, and he won't have to be nervous and shy no more with me because I'll make him feel comfortable.
I see. And so is it in your desire to dominate him?
No, I never want to dominate anybody. I like to be dominated.
Oh, okay. Well, if you like to be dominated, do you think a nervous guy can dominate you? Isn't dominance a state of mind?
Yes.
Okay, so then we have to look again. So if dominance is a state of mind and you don't think a nervous guy can dominate you, what makes you think that sex is better with the nervous guy when you're the one dominating him if you have to make him feel comfortable?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
I never thought of it that way.
Well, take a look at it. Right? You don't have to answer it now, but it's a good question for you to ponder because what I had to do, and I still am doing, I'm in the process of doing it in my life, right, is to find the wrong ideas I had about relationships that were preventing me from getting exactly what I wanted in a relationship, right? And so I've gone through a lot of relationships. We see,
It's like you're in my head right now because I'm kind of in a dilemma with the same situation.
Okay.
Okay, there's kind of two guys in my life right now, okay?
All right. Okay.
And one is very timid, as you were speaking, and the other one is very dominant.
Okay.
And right now my heart's trying to decide where it wants to go.
I see.
And it's the same scenario.
And where is it leaning to and why?
That's a rough one. It's in the situation I'm in, it's kind of leading towards the more timid guy because I think that the guy that's dominant is full of shit.
I see. Of course, right?
I think he's bullshitting me.
So if he's bullshitting you, do you think he's bullshitting you in a sense of he's not dominant really? He's pretending to be dominant? Or is he bullshitting you like he's saying he's not with other women and he is? What kind of bullshit are we talking about?
He's dominant, very much so. And as the other women thing, I think that's what is getting it for me.
So you're thinking, let me just make sure I'm understanding. Are you saying that he's telling you that there's no other women involved in his life and you're saying you're calling bullshit on that? Is that the bullshit or it's some other bullshit?
Exactly.
Right. So let's say he's lying to you now, right? And you find out that he's lying to you. Okay? Because most likely he is, right? Because if you find him attractive like that and you want to be with him, I can't assume no other woman does, right? And if a guy is refusing women, he better be a monk somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I need to find a real reason for that. So let's say
and here's my other dilemma with that. Okay, so he's 6'10", full of muscles. He's gorgeous. He's got a body of a god, right? So, and then I'm a chubbier woman, but I take care of myself. But what's he want with me? I've seen pictures of his exes. What the fuck does he want with me?
He wants to have sex with you.
That's what my mind is thinking.
Well, he wants to have sex with you. What's so hard about that?
I asked him, I said, are you a chubby chaser? And he said no.
He said, I'm just a pussy chaser. Chubby or skinny, I don't care. Right? That's what he said.
That's what I think. And I don't want to let no feelings get involved, Yeah.
Now, the other guy is safer, right?
Yes.
Right.
I mean, he does little sweet stuff. Like, he writes me handwritten notes, and I don't know.
How do you feel when you read it? Has he done any? Oh, cheesy.
But it's cute. It's adorable. It touches my heart.
Hold on.
Nervous guys might be the ones with huge. Oh my God! Ding.
So that's me handling stuff in my life. Okay. So you have to take a look at it because if you're going to be with the same, look, both guys are going to disappoint you. You just got to pick your disappointment because until you get to the point where people can't disappoint you, then there's always going to be a disappointment. And both guys are going to get on your nerves, right? Just differently. But until you get to the point that nobody can get on your nerves, then you're free of any relationship getting on your nerves. So both guys, no matter what story you follow, you're actually going to have the same feeling inside about both of them at some point when it's negative. It's just one is going to bring it about because he's lying about women, and the other ones might bring it about because he's just like maybe not making decisions or being soft or whatever the fuck the problem is, right? And you're going to have to know that that's not going to change, and that's why relationships fail, because the person has to work on themselves so that their interaction with all of the world, right? That's when they know they're free of that demon or free of that idea or free of that programming, is that when nobody could trigger it in them. It can't, nobody should be able to trigger you in any goddamn thing. Now, I'm not speaking like I'm that guy. I'm speaking like I'm a guy on that path. And I find that valuable, right? Like the text I'm getting right now is creating a sensation in my stomach and chest that I don't like. I'm aware of it, right? I'm aware as I'm texting that this is a bad feeling going through my system, okay? So it's my job to clean out the bad feeling in my system somehow, right? And not expect other people to clean it for me. I still got to get my point across, but I got to somehow clean out the bad feelings, because when I communicate, it's going to come from a bad feeling. And if I communicate from a bad feeling, how can I expect a positive feeling on the opposite side? It just doesn't make any sense. So if I want a positive reaction, I must output a positive something, right? But what we expect when we put out negative is we expect the other person to turn it into gold and return it to us, okay?
Right. Well, see,
yeah.
Of both of these guys right now, one is in Miami, and the other one is close. And little do they know, I haven't had sex with either one of them, and I don't plan on it anytime soon because I'm not that type of girl. But, you just don't know. Fuck.
What is the loss if you make a mistake on one? What's the loss if you make a mistake on the other?
Well, it might not have been a loss. It might just have. That's the way it was meant to be.
Well, okay, that's deep. What do you mean by that?
Well, if I'm trying to work it out and it's not working out, it wasn't meant to be.
Okay, well, if you have that mentality, I don't understand how anything could really get to you. If that's really the truth, you give it everything you got, you go for what you want. If it's not there, it wasn't meant to be, you move forward. Are you able to do that?
I'm pretty close, actually.
You're close.
Because I just, oh my God.
Go ahead, what?
It's rough sometimes because, fuck, I don't know.
No, say it. It's rough for everybody.
I know.
So if you put words on it, other people can feel
I don't want people just trying to decide. I don't want my heart broke anymore.
Yeah. Do you know that part of falling in love is having your heart broken? I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I do.
So they go hand in hand. One can't say, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just going to say, one can't say, I want to fall in love, not having my heart broken. To fall in love is to make sure you're going to have your heart broken. That is, without it, you're not in love. I guarantee it.
Right. Okay. Like the one, he's like the dominant one. I'm to the point where I'm about ready to let him go.
And why are you holding on?
He's so hot. No, I don't know. It's stupidity, I think.
Yeah?
Because I know that I'm not going to get nothing but heartbreak from him. I know it. I just know it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what happens if your heart gets broken? Are you going to be all right or what?
Oh, yeah. I don't love him.
Well, then fuck it. Why are you making it so important?
I want to love him. No, I'm joking.
What?
No. I don't want to love him.
And what happens if you love him?
I'll be fucked up, probably. Because I'll be the stupid one, because I know he's only out for one thing, a piece of ass. That's it.
Right. So what happens if you love him, and then he's out for a piece of ass, and you keep loving him? But then what happens to you?
Oh, I have a rule. I have rules in my relationships.
Like
I
what?
let them be known right up front. Rule number one: you cheat on me, you put your hands on me, or you get involved in a abuse situation you can't get out of. I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm never coming back. That's my rules.
That's rule number one, or all rules?
That's every relationship. That's my rules.
That's it. Okay. And has anybody said, "Oh no, I'm gonna put my hands on you. I'm gonna cheat on you"? Has anybody been like, "Oh well, goddamn, thank you for telling me the rules. We can't move forward"? Do those? I mean, by stating the rules, does that mean someone's gonna follow it or what?
Well, I've had 2 men follow it. The other
What
2, it was nope. I left him. My first husband. I came home one day early and he was in my bed with another motherfucker.
Oh my God, was she pretty?
Was he pretty?
Was she pretty?
It was he pretty. It was a dude.
Oh my God. Wait.
And
This is
mind
the
you,
part.
okay, so I was 18 when I got married. He was 28,
Oh my God.
and I was still a virgin. Whatever, you know. Of course, I thought he was the love of my life. Yeah, the love of his best friend's life.
How long were you with him before you caught him having sex with a man?
2 years,
Was there any hints that he was gay?
kinda.
Like
Maybe. Well,
what?
I was young. I was young, so it was all new to me back then, you know. But like the anal play that he liked, that should have been a red flag for me.
The what?
The anal. I don't want to fuck up your life by saying stuff.
You're not fucking up by saying anal. Anal is a good word for alive. Anal. Your tiny little butthole. It's fine. Okay?
Yeah.
So he wanted anal more than he wanted vagina? Is that what you're saying? Because a lot of guys want anal, but what was it about it the way he did it? Or he had you
He
put it in him?
exactly.
Okay, hold on a second.
While I
So,
was down there slobbering on Bob,
uh-huh.
he likes a finger up the butt.
Okay, wait, you're going to have to take us through this slowly, because the first time you have sex with it, is it regular, or is the first time he's like, stick something in my butthole?
No, it was later on,
How much later on?
like 6 months.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So, 6 months into the relationship, you're cleaning his knob for him with your mouth, and then
Mhm.
suddenly he takes your hand and puts it in his hole, or he looks at you and says,
No,
"Put your finger in my butthole,
he asked
baby."
me to.
How
He
does he
asked me
ask?
to.
How did he ask?
He's like, "Babe, will you try this?"
And what did he say? Take your middle finger or your thumb and shove it in my butthole? What were the words?
No, I shoved the finger that I wanted up there.
Yeah, but what does he say? Like, I'm trying to conjure up the words, and I don't know what I would say. Would I say, "Can you put your finger up my butthole"? Like, what did he say?
He said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you put your finger in my butt while you're doing that?"
Okay, take us back. Now, what goes through your mind when you hear your boyfriend of 6 months say, "Put your finger in my butthole"? What goes through your mind? First thought, seriously.
Oh, he wants to experiment. Okay, that's fun.
All right, that's fine. I don't know I'm gonna find a man in his bed. He's gonna experiment all the way, but right now, it's fine. So,
All right.
then later, at some point, he says to you, "Here's a strap on," right? He
Okay,
had a,
so here's the deal with that. When I was with him, I was young. Now that I'm older, I'd peg the shit out of him.
I know, but how does he ask you to stick a dildo in his butthole? What does he say?
He's never asked me that because he's never asked for nothing more than a finger.
Oh, that was the clue you had? I thought he had you put stuff in his butthole.
No, I don't think I would have did that back then.
Oh, I see. That's the image I got. So anyways, you walk in and there's your man with another man. Were they like, was he inside of him? Was he sucking his dick? Were they
Mid
kissing?
stroke. It was mid stroke, baby.
No way. One was bent over, the other one's in the back fucking him?
Yeah, my husband was bent over getting fucked by his best friend Bill. Dude, that shit fucked me up.
What did you say? What did you say? What did they say?
I didn't say nothing. My daughter was still in. I was pregnant with my daughter was barely a year old, and I was pregnant with our son already. So
Okay.
I picked my daughter up, turned around, and today my daughter's 34, and I haven't spoken a word to him since.
Okay, you walk out of the room. Does he walk out and go, it's not what it looks like? Or what does he say after that?
He tried to catch me, but I was a little bit faster than he was. I got the fuck out of there.
Then what happens? You have to have a conversation, right?
Never. We've never had a conversation.
Since that day.
Serious, I swear. Yes.
I believe you. What's that like?
It's great for me.
That is crazy. So when your
Fucking
daughter was
prick.
growing up asking about her dad, what did you say?
She lived, when I was in prison, she was with her dad.
With the gay guy.
Yeah.
So she knew he was gay when he got out.
Oh, but here's the deal. He doesn't have an open relationship. He's on the DL with the dudes. So he got married and had 2 other times and had like 4 more kids.
Oh, but him and his best friend are killing it behind the scenes.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Amazing. Now, did you ever find yourself with another man and then suspicious he might be gay just because you went through that shit? Because that's traumatic.
Say that one more time, babe.
So after you have that experience, do you find yourself with every man wondering if that man is gay also or no?
No.
No, okay.
No. Well, see, my first husband, he was Malaysian.
What does that mean?
Chinese.
So what does that have to do with gayness?
I don't know. Maybe
say
they
like
think
like
that's
it's
okay
relevant.
or something.
Chris,
Maybe
what do you
they
think
think
about
that's okay.
Chris, what do you think about Lobita's story, man?
Oh, it's an adventure, and it's the plot thickens. It's really interesting how it started with these 2 guys, and being dominant or submissive, and then there's just the layers of history. What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh yeah, and then the relationship history. It's painting a picture, but I think it's a really sweet story. I'm enjoying it a lot.
It's a sweet
Well, thank
story.
you.
That was such a sweet story. I like the part where you stick your finger up her butthole. That was the sweetest part of the story for me. That was very sweet. Okay, well, Lobita, is there any other experiences like that you've had that would be so cool to hear that we would be like, no way? Have you ever been with another guy that's just done some weird shit?
Yeah.
What did that guy do?
The dude I went to prison for.
Okay, what did he do?
He was a sadist. He was bad.
Oh, you don't even sound like you don't like that when you said that. You said he was
Well,
bad.
like I said, I like to be dominated, but not like that.
All right, so he's extreme, right?
Very much so.
Like what? He would draw blood when you say no, and he just beat the shit out of you, or what would he do? What's extreme?
Well, let's see. We were traveling around the United States, and he would get off on hurting me. It's like his dick couldn't get hard if he didn't hurt me.
Hmm. When did you realize that? How many times after first sex, second sex? When do you realize that that's the problem?
Third. It was the third.
Okay, so after the third time, but you still stick around. Why did you stick around?
I didn't have a choice.
Because he was violent?
Hmm. Very much so.
So you felt if you left, he was going to hurt you even worse.
Yeah.
All right, now, how long were you in that? How long were you in that?
A year.
So basically, you're a prisoner for a year.
Yep.
What's it like being a prisoner for a year?
Well,
The
I'm
mindset.
still healing from it.
Really?
I'm still healing from it.
Because you must have been in fear all the time, right?
Every day, all day.
How'd you escape that shit?
We were parked somewhere, and he was beating the shit out of me in the car, and he fucked me up, and some lady seen it and called the cops.
And then they arrested him, and that was the end for that?
That's when I did the 20 years behind him. Yep, at that day.
But why did you do 20 years for a guy who was doing that to you?
Because I'm not a rat.
Oh, but he was evil to you.
I'm loyal.
To everything?
At that time, that was my mindset.
Oh, I see. Where did you get that mindset from?
Stupidity.
Yeah, but from somewhere. Like you saw someone told you, that was the idea you grew up with. Like, where do you get that level of loyalty from? That's extreme loyalty.
My papa.
He was loyal like that?
My papa was a Marine, yep.
Right, he affected you, right? Were you close with him?
My dad, very much so.
Is that right?
My papa had, there was 11 of us all together, and I was the only girl, and I was the youngest.
Alpha. Your dad was alpha. We're going to give him a gifter badge for being alpha, for having 10 boys. Little army. Okay, so you had 10 brothers?
Yep.
Are they still around?
Some of them are, yeah. Like 8 of them are still around.
Are you guys close?
Yes, we are. We have family dinner together every Sunday.
No way.
Yeah.
What do they think of you? What do they think of their little sister? Did she fuck up? Did she do good? Is she crazy? Is she nice? Too nice? What would they say about you?
I'm too nice sometimes.
That's what they say?
Yeah.
Are any of them Marines? Or joined the forces?
2 of them were.
Are they passed away?
Yeah, and my one brother, he passed away in the service.
Yeah?
And then my other brother, he just died in his sleep for no reason.
No reason, huh?
Nope.
What do you think of them? Did they do well or did they fuck up or what's the deal? What's your evaluation of your brothers?
There's a couple I'd like to knock upside the head, but the other ones did fairly well.
I see. Did they try to hook you up with their friends?
No, never. They're respectful.
I just realized you having 10 older brothers. Did they ever find out you were being abused by a man?
Yep.
And how did they react?
Well, let's just say for my birthday, my dad got me a shotgun.
Uh-huh.
And then when I got arrested, they asked me where I got the shotgun from, and I said, well, that's my shotgun. My dad gave it to me. And they asked me, did I know that the gun was wanted for a murder? So my dad and my brother took care of a problem.
Wait, so your dad had a shotgun that was used in murder?
Uh-huh.
So did they go after him after they got you?
I think so.
You don't know?
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, all right. Well, that makes sense, okay? TikTok, it's so private, no one knows. Wow, that's so fascinating, man. Right? So how do you make sense out of life with all those experiences? What would you, if you had one message for planet Earth and you had to put it in a tube and send it to the aliens, what would you say about Earth to them?
It is what you make it.
So what did you make of it?
I learned a lot of lessons that taught me to be the woman that I am today.
Do you like the woman you are today?
I do, very much so now.
Yeah? Since when have you liked yourself?
Since I woke up one day and said, fuck that.
Why? But what does that? Like everybody wants that. What did it to you?
Well, honestly, I prayed and I asked God to give me an angel to get me out of this hell, and he did.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is. It's a wonderful feeling.
I know. How do you explain that? How do you explain that?
Faith.
All right. So do you, in your heart of hearts, believe there's a creator or God?
I do.
Right. And knowing that, does that affect the way you live?
Some things.
Why doesn't it affect everything? Because that's a very big thought. That seems like a senior thought to every thought.
Well, I know we're not supposed to question God's works or what he does, but
Okay.
I have a lot of questions.
Right?
That would be why.
What's one question you would ask God? Sometimes I talk to him. Maybe I get an answer. What's one question you ask?
Okay, don't laugh, please.
I won't, but I've been laughing the whole time, so don't hold it
one
against me.
question that I've always wanted to know is that why is there proof that dinosaurs existed, but yet there's nothing about them in the Bible?
Oh, okay. And that's a big question you have.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
What about all the other people in the world that don't believe in the Bible but believe in God? What do you think about that? Come live.
That's
Whoever wants to go live, go live. I don't know how to come live. Come talk. What did you say?
I think that would be impossible.
Right. So then there's somebody else on another side of the world who truly believes in God the way you believe in God, right? But they don't believe in the Bible. They believe in another book, right? How do you fix that in your world? Are they wrong? How do you know if they're wrong if they believe it as much as you do and they also have a holy book? What makes your idea right? There's wrong. How do you come to terms with that?
That's a hard one. It's because everybody's going to believe what they believe because where they come from. You know, they got them beliefs and the way they were brought up by their parents, their family, whatever, how they were brought up. And nobody thinks the same.
Right. So then don't you think that now we're just talking about a belief more than a truth? If we're believing in God the way we were brought up, how do I know that's the right one? How do I end up in the right geography? Right? Because they have different ideas sometimes.
Right. That's just it. You don't know.
So if I don't know, right, then how do you know? I asked you if you no, I said, do you believe in God? Do you know there's a God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now how do you know there's a God? This is a big question for me.
Because I have faith.
Okay, and faith is, if I didn't really understand English, what does that mean when you say it?
To me, when I say I have faith, I have like faith of a mustard seed. For
What does
the
that
simple
mean?
fact of it's something so small in life that gives you the joy to believe without seeing.
And so how do you develop that faith?
Through prayer and I it's hard, through prayer and like I read my Bible, you know?
Yeah,
That does it for me. And I
that's good.
always before I read it, I'll always ask for understanding.
Yeah, that's good. I like that word. That's good. Wow. So what do you think about conflict?
Mm. For me, conflict is a very double-edged sword. I don't like conflict.
Okay, so that's one edge. What's the other edge?
I walk away from it. I just
I know, but when you say double-edged sword, it means it's like good and bad. So is
well,
it just
if
conflict bad?
if I'm in a, okay, so there's two kinds. Like if I'm in a certain kind of conflict, I'll stand up with of like the head of a bull, and I'll fucking fight you down. I don't care. But in other conflicts, it scares me. I want to walk away. I don't want to be in that
What's the
conflict.
difference between the two?
One, I feel like I can do it, and one, I feel like I can't.
I see. Well, what do you think about just the idea of conflict? What does the
I don't
Bible
like
say
it at
about
all.
conflict? What does the Bible say about conflict? How does one resolve it in the Bible?
Well, that depends. And it
There's not.
says in the Bible, an eye for an eye.
Is that what Jesus said, the New Testament?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Yes. He
No, he
did.
didn't. The New Testament, he said, where they said eye for eye, tooth for tooth, I say turn the other cheek and forgive. That's actually what he said in the New Testament. You can look it up. That's the Old Testament.
Exactly. And it's so like, it's hard sometimes to understand it.
So the idea is that the New Testament is the book that cleaned out all the old ones, right? The old ones are there for reference, but the new one, if you're going to be a Christian about it, then the new one is the way, right? And in there, Jesus comes and completes the work of all the other messengers who were incomplete. So finally, God sends his favorite son down, and he says, okay, go show him how to do it. So I'm going to take flesh, and I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them the exact way to me, the way to the kingdom to heaven. So Jesus comes down to do not his work, but his Father's work. And so for that reason, even when he has a chance to retaliate when they attack him, He says, I can call forth legions of angels on you, but I'm not here on my behalf. I'm here on my dad's behalf. And then when one of his people tries to take out a sword against them, he says, put the sword down. You know, why? I have to walk my path and bear my cross. No, so if you would follow me, then pick up your cross and bear it with me. Now, what does that mean to you, Lobita, if it says, pick up your cross and bear it with me? How does that relate to you?
If
Yeah,
he
you
was to
requested.
ask,
Whoever wants to talk, 1 second. Peter, I don't know how to invite you. I've missed the opportunity or something. So I want you to come on, come talk, man. Figure out the buttons to push. But right now, I have no choice here. I'm not getting a choice to add you. Okay, go ahead, Lobita. What do you think about that?
if he was to ask me,
Yeah, he says, I said, if you want to follow me, pick up your cross and bear it the way I did. What would be the cross you have to bear?
mm,
Next time, maybe.
that's a hard one.
Yeah, but those are good questions to ask as a Christian, don't you think?
Yes, they're very much so. Very, very well stated.
Yeah,
But
I've thought
it's
about it
like,
many times.
you kind of put me on the spot.
It's a good spot to be in. It's a spot you want to be in because you grow out of it. Because now you have to
E-
search,
exactly.
right? So has there been any
Yeah.
part of the Bible that didn't make sense to you that you can remember?
No.
Okay. You know, I used to be a preacher for Christianity for a short time.
I didn't know that. But thank you for
So
sharing.
yeah, so what happened was it came to me. I never picked up Christianity. I never cared about it. In fact, I hated it, to be honest. And then one day I was in the shower. I was in Las Vegas, so it was in the last year and a half. One day I was in the shower, and in the shower I normally listen to some kind of audio or music or something, right? And nothing was really like, I would go from one audiobook to another. I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling anything. And I remember there was this moment. Now, I don't know what it was, okay? But if we're talking Christianity, and we are right now, then we're going to call it the Holy Spirit or an angel or Jesus. I don't know. But something divine entered and said to me very clearly, the New Testament, Jesus Christ. And it was just that. So it was so real to me that I remember I took out my phone. I was in the shower. I took towel dry my hand. I took the phone and I downloaded the New Testament, right? And it was the first time I was going to listen to it like that. And the moment it started, I began to really, really understand it. So for about what seems now, thinking back, 4 to 5 months of my life, I lived the Christian way to the best of my ability. And during that time, I had the Bible left. If I'd be sitting here, the Bible would be in my hand right now. Okay? And so
Hmm.
what I did is I went online every day. I even changed my business. I went online every day and I went live on YouTube and I invited people to come and talk about Christianity or challenge the Bible. And I stood up for it 1,000 times, right? But I've had the experience of being awakened through the Bible. But I've also had the experience of being awakened through Buddhism, which is where the Buddha comes from. I've also had it through
See,
some different ways, right?
when I was in prison and I lost my papa,
Uh-huh.
I was mad at God for that, right? I
Yeah.
was really, really mad at God for that because he was my heart, he was my everything. So I turned to Buddhism and I was a Soto Zen for 8 years.
What?
Yes.
Wow. I have a Zen tattoo here.
I know, I see it.
It's somewhere around here. I
Right
think I
there.
may. Did you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. What was that like? What did you get from Buddhism?
Inner peace.
Share something.
I used to in prison, if you were different like religious background, they would give you the opportunity to have your religion come in and visit you like a clergy or something.
Right.
So I had a monk that came from the temple that visited me once a month.
What?
Yes.
And what was that conversation like?
It wasn't too much talk.
Really? That's even better. What was it?
It was a lot of meditation.
Like, what's one way
Um
to tell you how to meditate?
we meditated every time he came.
How did he teach you to meditate? Let's say I don't know how to meditate. What did he say to you so I would know how to do it?
Well, The first thing that he would ever have me do was to sit just quietly. Just sit. Shut up.
Wow.
Don't say nothing. Be quiet.
Wow.
And that's the way he would talk to me too. He's like, just sit. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Close your
Wow.
eyes. Breathe.
Wow. Wow.
Clear out your soul.
How? How do I do that?
By finding whatever your thoughts are and throwing it out.
How
You
do I
gotta,
throw a
like-
thought?
You work through it and then you kick it out.
But what if it's stuck? I have thoughts that stick. What do I do?
You meditate on it.
How?
You concentrate on it. You breathe on it until you can breathe it out.
Okay. So he would have you do this?
Yes.
And then what was the result of it? Thank you for the gift, Peter.
It was like, oof. I would always leave there and go take a nap for like 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. It's asking me to fucking put a puzzle piece in my fucking page. Hold on. I think I got it this time. Hey, I got it. Okay, we got Hells is on. Hells, what's going on?
Not much, man. Let me get situated here.
Okay. And where are you calling from?
Oregon, United States, man.
Oh, wow. I could hear Oregon in your voice. What's it like in Oregon?
It's a little rainy right now.
The Oregon Trail.
It's not bad. Where are you guys from?
The first video game I ever played in school was called the Oregon Trail. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
I do. You're probably right around the same age as I am.
Yeah, I'm 48.
I got you
just
on Pete.
turned 50.
What's that?
I'm older than you all, I think.
What are you? 50?
56.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You could be my sugar mommy. I'm looking for someone to help me buy a Corvette. Okay, no problem. Hey, no problem.
You guys
Don't worry
joke.
about it. Hells, how old are you?
Just turned 50 years old in August.
Oh, wow. What's that like? I haven't hit 50 yet.
I don't know, man. It's kind of sucks right now. I'm laid up in the hospital, but
What?
other than that, it ain't too bad.
wanna-
I've
you
got
wanna put
some
video?
acute diverticulitis.
What's that? There you are.
Some issues with my intestines.
Oh, were you a Viking in a past life?
I think so.
Yeah, you look like it. You look like it. You look like it. Do you ever find yourself like really attracted to Viking culture and that whole idea?
Absolutely. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Absolutely, I do.
I'm interested in that, right? That's the research I do with Chris right there. That says AZD IMC. We're in like part of a quantum physics class of the mind, and one of the things they have us research, and I could tell right when I saw you, and he could tell too. One of the things we research is since probably a really young age, you probably associate with the Vikings really well, right? And my question is, did you ever have visions of yourself as a Viking?
Yes and no, but I am drawn definitely to the history and the culture. Hello, Doodles.
And so,
Sorry, guys. There's going to be people that come in, and I'll have to say hi to.
no, it's all good. They're coming to see the Viking King. So, you have any children?
Yes,
Yeah, how many?
I have one daughter from a previous marriage, and then 3 stepchildren.
Wow, what's that like? What's it like having stepchildren?
You know, not anything different than having a child of your own.
Really?
I love them the same.
Yeah.
They're all adults now and having, great lives, productive lives, So, yeah.
This condition you're in the hospital for, how does one get that? What happens?
So there's things in your intestine called diverticuli, which are like little fingers that help move things along.
Mm-hmm.
When they rupture, it creates a pocket, and then bacteria build up in there. And a lot of people go through it. and they heal and they move on. Me, I'm not one of those people. I've been hospitalized 4 times in the last 4 months over it.
Yeah.
So they're eventually going to have to do some surgery. Hopefully they do it this week.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Sending prayers
Yep,
to you,
yep.
brother.
What'd you say, Lupita?
Thank you.
I said I'm sending prayers to him.
I thank you.
Right on. So what's it like being in the hospital? Do you feel like you're going crazy or what?
Well, tell you the truth, having TikTok and everything and being able to come into people like you, I was just scrolling by and you gave me an invite. So
Hell yeah.
I am Doodles. I had to come in this morning. I started getting the pains again. So you know what? It's not optimal being in the hospital, but with the advancements of technology, I'm not laying in the bed bored. So
That's a good
I'm
point.
able to talk to people like you. I get my good friend Doodles down there. She's from Australia. So yeah, I mean, it's
Well, that's good.
yeah.
I will go
Amazing.
I go crazy. Lobita wants to come visit you in the hospital. I could tell.
I would if I could.
Well,
Wow. Are you married right now?
it's one of those things. Am I married?
Yeah. Are you married right now? Well, how's she taking this whole thing?
We've been separated. We've been separated now more than we ever have in 21 years. She's at home right now because there's no reason for her to be in the hospital with me 24/7. So she's stressing. It's big. I've never been sick before, so she's stressing out pretty good. Thank you, Doodles.
Aw.
Were you surprised?
You going to bed, Mike? Oh, what's that?
Were you surprised at her reaction when you got sick?
No.
No.
My wife's a very compassionate person, and yeah, no, it was. No, I'm not surprised at all.
I see, because you said you've been separated longer than you ever have, so I assumed that the sickness had something to do, because I was going on that line for a while, right? I thought the impression when you got sick that you got separated.
No. Let me clarify that. So in 21 years, my wife and I have only spent a night or two away from each other in 21 years. But since I've been sick recently, there's more nights that we've spent away from each other, and that's been kind of stressful on her.
I
So
see.
yeah,
Separated,
yeah,
just
yeah,
not,
yeah,
not. I see.
yeah.
You've been together for 21 years?
21 years. Yep.
You really
It'll
love her,
be
right?
21 years in November.
Wow, you really
Absolutely,
love her, right?
with every fiber of my being. Every fiber of my being.
What's that like? How would you describe the feeling of love? I like hearing about it. It makes me understand it better.
Gosh, man, it's never ending. It's always there. To know that you can, every waking moment, you have somebody that counts on you and that you can count on. I mean, it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
Wow. Lobita, what's it like hearing that?
It's heart touching.
Right? Right? There's a man who really is in love with a woman, right?
Exactly.
And it's obvious. And I think that something the world has not measured up until recent times, but it's going to be because of us, they're going to measure it. I don't think the world has any idea the depth that a man can love a woman.
No.
We were designed to slay dragons for the woman. We were designed to walk through fire. We were designed to invent tampons for her so she wouldn't bleed as heavy, right? About 90% of the inventions that we made was to make the woman more comfortable. I'm not kidding. You know what I mean? We even made her prettier with makeup. We designed makeup for her, right? So everywhere you look, man's soul, Homo sapien male, is so in love with a woman, but we don't see it anymore. The reason why I have so many women is because I'm in love with a woman's soul. I really am. You know what I mean? And I can see it in hell's very easily, And there's a lot of power in it. In fact, Hells, when you were talking, I was going to tell you that feeling, when I asked you to describe it, my teacher would have told me, if you push that feeling in your body into every cell, then the immune system is going to become very strong, because that's the healing power. Anybody who's ever been in love knows that suddenly they have more energy, they feel better, they're motivated, they want to look like it. It heals when it hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what about your child? You said you have one child of your own. Do you have a good relationship with your child?
I have a fledgling relationship with my child. I was alienated from her for the first 17 years of her life by my ex, which I harbor no anger or discontent over that. Those are things that sometimes you just have to move past. But yeah, the last several years, getting to know her getting to know me, it's been a beautiful thing.
Wow, you know how many times I hear that story? I have a mentor. Everybody, you might know who Jesse Lee Peterson is, the black preacher. He's one of my teachers. And, you know, one of the things he made very clear to me is how many times in the relationship, when it breaks up, the woman uses the child against the man. This is very common. And, you know,
yeah,
it's sad. Chris, you've seen this? I can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Muted.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm saying all the time. You know, it seems to be that's the situation on Earth. That's like just kind of what people accept. They don't even look at it really. It's like nobody seems to be startled by it or like alarmed by it. Like they have their personal sufferings with it, but it's not like I see it as a worldwide plague.
It's a crime. It's a crime against a child and the man. You know, it's a crime.
Yeah.
And somebody said not all women, and I acknowledge that, of course. But the majority of men's experience is that right now. Everybody should know that, right? Okay, let's put it like this. I've yet to speak to a man who hasn't had that experience, but I refuse to believe that every woman is that evil. So I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? That would fuck me up more than it would fuck anybody else up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One of the things that I was taught by my teacher is to remember that humanity is good, because if humanity is bad, then I'm bad. Whatever I think of you, I am part of that whole system. I can't escape it, no matter what I think, right? And so the view we hold of each other is the view we hold of ourselves in the end. And that's why, as one develops his inner self, right, he should actually become more calm, more tolerant, more understanding, with more power. Real power becomes gentler and gentler and gentler, or more subtle, more subtle, more subtle. Just like the atom bomb is splitting of an atom and creates that incredible explosion versus a dynamite, right? So this seems to be a physics that we've observed, coded, and follow, which is as power becomes greater, it becomes more subtle, more refined, and actually kinder in human beings. And whenever you see somebody mistreating others and abusing them, they're actually feeling powerless inside. So that is the expression of a powerless person. They have to try to exert dominance everywhere they go, where a real dominant person just would not give a fuck what you're doing. It's like, whatever.
You know
dude.
what?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lupita.
I just came to a realization by what you just said.
Let's hear it.
So remember earlier when you asked me why I chose the timid guy over the dominant?
Yeah.
I just figured it out by what you just said.
Let's hear it.
The guy that I got in trouble with, I was scared of him. He controlled me completely, everything I did. But now I think I just realized with me being with the timid guy, I could control him before he could control me.
Right, which then...
I think I just realized that.
And what's it like realizing that? What does that do for you when you realize that?
It makes me feel like a pussy. Because I don't want anybody to ever in life feel like that.
Uh-huh.
And by me dominating him, that would make him feel that way.
Yeah, and he's a man. So where's the camera? He's a man. So if he's gonna allow that, then at some point he's gonna allow a lot of other things in the relationship, which is probably not gonna be very good for you.
Exactly.
I mean, if
So
he
you
lets
know
a
what?
woman,
I think after I get off this live for you, I'm gonna block them both.
Oh shit. Block them.
I'm dead serious.
How about you just tell them the truth, see what happens?
Tell them the truth. What?
Exactly how you feel. If you're gonna block them anyways, it won't matter, right? But try speaking your truth.
Yeah.
Tell them exactly what's going on and see what it feels like to say what's really going on without apology. Because you can't be wrong if you're right. If you came to a conclusion that was right, you should test it. Because then one of them might challenge it and you might see another side of him, because we don't really know people until we actually get into an engagement with them. We're judging them based on our own fucking past and bullshit. So why don't you, if you're going to block them anyways, it's like I always think, a person who wants to commit suicide, just go live real hard and spend all your money. But, you know, it's not the right mind. That mindset doesn't equal the other mindset. That's the problem, right? It's like the guy who's committing suicide is not going to think that, because he's on that vibration. He's on a frequency. He wants to go away, right? So this is kind of like that. You're gonna kill the relationship, right? But before you murder them, walk up to them and say, here is the reason why I'm doing this, and see what they say, because it's even good for them to hear it, because whatever they're doing with you, they're doing with everybody else. The guy who's being a pussy is being a pussy everywhere. He finally met a woman who gave him a reflection and said, this is the problem. And the other guy who's like, whatever's scaring you, he's probably doing, who knows? You know, he might inside have such a problem communicating that he's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Because everybody feels like that. I don't feel like that. But that's because, whatever, I had a gift that was given to me how to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny that you say that, because the guy that's dominant, okay?
Yeah.
He does shit, and I call him on it. I'm like, look, you did this, and this is how I felt.
Okay.
He basically brushes me off. He doesn't even acknowledge the conversation.
Okay. And what do you want him to do?
I want him to acknowledge it. Let's talk it through. Why can't we talk about it?
So why don't you press the point again? After he doesn't acknowledge it, why don't you say it again?
Well, I was an asshole yesterday, and I told him, I said, you know what? Nothing in the world fucking matters to you but your own fucking ego and your fucking... Ugh.
Yeah, but if he's an asshole, you're an asshole, then you're both in the same shoes. So why I'm speaking like the wise owl because I'm not in it. I know by being in it is a lot harder, right? But I'm outside. Mm-hmm. So outside looking at it, I'm telling you, you said, and then I became an asshole, right? So could you say the same thing to him without being an asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then if you had said it to him without being an asshole, after it was over, you weren't an asshole anymore because you weren't around being an asshole.
No, because I was stupid. He was like, oh, baby, come on. I love you. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like a dumbass.
Okay.
I guess just never leave something unsaid. If you feel it, you should say it and express yourself. Things tend to snowball in this life. People, I mean, I know for myself, sometimes you let little things just slide until eventually they snowball and become one big thing. And I recently went through that with an individual to where I just couldn't deal with it no more. And then I had to say my piece and move on. And it felt good. I think it caused a little bit of problems, but it was something that had to be done, and I faced it head on.
Yeah. And then I'm learning how to say it without putting poison in it, if that makes sense to everybody. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on. Can I say the same correction? Like right now, I was having a situation, right? And here was my situation. Tomorrow I'm going to go out for one of my girlfriends having a birthday, and her sister invited us to go eat with them. And she was like, look, there's going to be these people there. In my relationship, my girlfriends, they don't hug men, they don't fucking shake their fucking hands, and I don't care if it's their fucking cousin. I just don't give a shit. That's a no. So I said guys or girls, and she says guys. Two are going to be guys. So now comes that bad feeling that I had, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to now impose some stupid fucking rule boundary that's not even relevant, but it is relevant to me. Why? Because if I don't really say it, I know that it's bothering me and I need to say it, but I got to figure out how to say it without coming across with the way I feel, because I don't like it. I fucking hate it, actually, to be honest, right? So this dialogue went back and forth, and it's done, and I'm checking it. And what I don't like about it is I don't like how I felt when I was texting it, because that's unnecessary, because the result would have been the same. I got to somehow figure out how to get rid of this bad feeling inside, because the bad feeling, if I don't handle it right now and I go out, which I'm going, then that bad feeling is going to be what everyone's going to interact with. No matter what I do, underneath it, I'm on a lower frequency. And so that's what my teacher taught me, how to get yourself to a vibration or a state of mind, feeling, body, everything together. Mind, thoughts, and body. Thoughts, emotions, and body. Align it, integrate it, so that you're at the highest level of you. Then trust life, like you said, libido, have faith in this case, that like attracts like, because it really does. You know? Let's take a break. Let's take a pause and look at who just came up. Damita, what's going on? Damita? Damita, can you hear me? Okay. There's Damita. Welcome. All right. Hells, what do you think about all this?
I wasn't expecting it, but like a lot of things in life, some things that you enjoy are things that are not expected. So I think it's kind of wild how our higher powers tend to guide us and gravitate us to situations or individuals that you may not have necessarily thought you needed, but I did need this. I did need to come in and meet 4 perfect strangers and seem to kind of click with our mentalities. It's you know, that doesn't mean we agree on everything, but we do definitely share some similar thought patterns when it comes to emotions and where we want to go in our spiritual trips.
Nice.
Yeah, we've all had to deal with the same exact emotions. Like, you know, what I was taught by my teacher is that let's say what am I afraid of? If I was afraid of something, a fear of mine would be if I got a phone call that someone I love was in danger and I couldn't do anything about it. And if I could hear them, that's a fear. Like, I don't want to experience that in my life. Okay. So let's say that's my fear, but I'm not, let's say, afraid of a person being aggressive. Okay. I don't have that fear, but I have the other fear. Now watch this. Okay. Regardless of the reason why I have the fear, when I have fear, fear is fear. It's that energy. Now, there's going to be a little child now, and that little child, when the lights turn off, is also afraid. Now, if we take my fear and we go, well, yours is a little more logical because you're an adult, blah, blah, blah. Fear doesn't give a fuck if it's logical or not. When it hits the child, when you see a child afraid, remember what it feels like to be afraid. That's the experience, regardless of they shouldn't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. What are you afraid of? The dog's not going to bite you. That's not as relevant as the fear the person feels is real to them, right? And this really helped me because I don't know who betrayed you, but you can't be of a certain age without being betrayed by somebody, right? And I know betrayal feels like this in here, so it must feel very similar over there. And so if you and I can understand that betrayal, no matter where it came from, even if it was a bad guy and he felt betrayed, he still felt betrayed, right? And so it doesn't matter good or bad guy. What we call betrayal is a feeling of your trust being broken and someone acting in a way that you never thought they would do to hurt you. Okay, wow, that's crazy. So no matter who feels that, even if a cat feels betrayed, betrayal feels like fucking betrayal. And when one has these lower level emotions or energies in them, and they stick around and they don't process, they don't go away, then one begins to act these out in subtle ways, then more overt ways. And now we have a stuck personality that's going around defending itself against everything because it's been hurt. And so the process of healing, right, would be what? To get to a point where people can't hurt you with words anymore, because you realize words are just opinions coming from another source that they think is valid. If they're right, there's nothing to argue about. I want to be right too. So thank you for giving me the right information. So I really got to listen. If they're wrong, I don't need to fight them, because the act of being wrong will punish them, not me. If they're wrong in the way they view something, they will pay for being wrong. That's what being wrong means. It means doing something that's not correct. So if I am correct, and I truly believe in my correctness, because I've really analyzed it for myself, and I know it's true, then it doesn't really matter if you agree or not. It only matters if I care about you and I want you to agree, but then I gotta present my idea to you and not force it down your throat. You have to willingly accept the idea for the idea to become yours. And if I'm wrong, then I'm glad we're having an argument, because I've learned how to listen and really try to see why you would see that from that perspective. Are you insane? Right? Are you harmful in your intention? Are you just saying that because you want to hurt me? Because start picking it up. Or sometimes you really think you're right. Now, if you really think you're right, and you're obviously not special ed, you're not like, I'm right. No, you're like, you're an adult. And you are thinking you're right. And I am thinking I'm right. And you're using that information to survive. You're putting your family on that idea. You're putting yourself on that idea. And I have a different idea. One of us is right if we're disagreeing. It's in both of our interests. We both find out what's right, because we're both trying to survive. And we're not the enemy for each other at that moment. Our ideas are different, but aren't we both trying to find the right idea? So if I find someone with a different idea, yet he's respectful, he has character, he shows me he is worthy of respect outside of me, he carries himself with dignity, then I would be a fool to not listen to a man who carries himself with dignity because he has a different idea. I'd be privileged if he would tell me honestly how he came to that conclusion. Because if he's right, then he's going to change my life forever. And if he's wrong, and he's truly a man of honor and character, then we're both just philosophers in that moment. There's nothing else going on. So that's my idea from my teacher. I want to pass on.
Yeah, I like that. Powerful stuff right there.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Well, have you read any books or anything that's affected you, or movies, Hells?
Yes. You know, I like to study The Art of War. Johnny Got His Gun was one of the first books and movies that really like set in my mind and made me
I've never heard of that. What's that about?
But yeah, Johnny Got His Gun was a book that was written around the time of the Red Scare. But it documents the life of a soldier in World War I that lost his limbs and pretty much his everything but his mind due to a mortar. Actually, there's a very popular song that Metallica does called One that actually led me to read the book.
It's
so
about that?
Behind that song, it's a book. The song was written about a book. So yeah, and you know, it's more than just a book, but the author being blacklisted for being, you know, accused of being anti-war or communist at the time. I think there's a lot with Sang Soo's Art of War. That's a great book. I think everybody could read. The title's misleading by saying the Art of War because it has everything to do but actual battle in
it's everything up
in
to
the book.
battle.
You know. Yeah, you know.
Speaking of
Am I
books,
being
I
too
got a
loud?
good book for you, Hells.
What?
I said, speaking of books, I got a good book for him.
What is it?
It's called Illusions by Richard S. Bach.
I've read it, and I think Chris has read it.
Yeah, that's
It's a
great.
great
Yes.
book. You know my favorite quote from the whole book?
What?
You're never given a dream without also being given the opportunity to make it come true.
I 100% believe that. We're going to take a moment to see the new person who came on. Thomas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you calling in from, bro?
The mountains of Missouri.
Missouri. What's going on? How are things over there right now? Give us the news from Missouri, from your neighborhood.
I pretty much live out in the sticks, so I kind of enjoy it. Peace and quality time. I'm an airbrush artist, so I paint murals.
Oh wow, what's that like?
I've been doing it for 30 years. It's pretty fun, really.
30 years you painted murals?
Yep. Show cars.
Were you ever part of like a underground street crew that had to go around doing it on the freeways and stuff over there?
No, it's one of the deals where I didn't like going to high school, so I was always sitting in the office. So I learned how to do airbrush, and I've always been an artist since then.
Oh wow. Do you have video? You want to put on video?
Do what?
Do you want to put on your video?
I can't. I've been hitting the face with shrapnel on the service.
Really?
That picture's the only picture I have. That's good, but yeah.
So you have a part of your face blown off, or what's the deal?
It's not blown off. I've had 13 reconstructive face surgeries.
Bro, you gotta tell us.
I would just really rather not. I've tried to turn it on before, and TikTok says it's just best if I leave it this way.
Wow. Okay. What's it like living with that?
Hell on earth.
What is it?
Yeah, it's been hell on earth, really. You know, I mean, I had shrapnel sticking down through my tongue down into my neck.
How long ago did that happen?
Oh, it'd be 21 years.
Look at their score, 2020.
Wait. Did you say it's been 21 years?
Yes, sir.
21 years. 21 years you've had to face the world with their judgment of your face being jacked up.
I mean, I don't look at it that way.
How do you look at it? How do you look at it? How do you look at it?
I look at it as that's what God intended for me to look like whenever I do come out.
Amen, brother.
So,
hey, badge of honor, man.
That takes a tremendous amount of inner strength, I would say. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, I mean, I always have the strength. I mean, but the thing is to be able to accept it, to be able to manifest on it, to be able to tell yourself that sometime in the near future that you might be able to actually not have people turn and look like they're going to throw up when they look at you. You know, I mean, it's like a blessing in disguise. At the same time, it gives you peace. It's kind of like a war. It's kind of like the full yin yang, full circle. You know, I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You got to deal with it. You got to live with it. So you just walk forward anyway into the light. You just keep on moving.
Yeah. Okay, so then what do you, when you look at you in the mirror, what goes through your mind?
I'm not the same person I was before I got hit.
What's changed?
I know that much.
What's changed?
Oh, you're the same person.
My cheekbones, my eyebrow bones. I mean,
but the person inside, how about the person inside? How have you changed inside?
That has never.
I haven't changed at all. I still wear the same armor for God.
So then nothing's really changed about you, just the shell on the outside, you're saying?
Yeah, and that's just material.
You know, they're probably
right.
They're probably a better person now.
Okay, let's say hi to Bullet Skin. What's going on? Mule Skinner. Go ahead. Jump in. Tell them what you were going to say.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, I was just watching this stupid football game. So.
No, what were you saying to Thomas?
But you know what? Honestly, I was saying like he's probably a stronger person now. Like, you know what I mean? Like a better person. Because, you know, we're all fucking kids, and then you get fucked up. Man, you live with some bullshit. It makes you strong. Like strong.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty much young to the world. I was pretty much young to the world when I got hurt.
Yeah, and you're probably like one of the best.
You guys are going at the exact same time 3 times. Thomas, go.
I'm very passionate on what I've accepted in life. You know, I mean, I've devoted everything that I know to God, to His Son, and to walk in that light, to prosper, to even have a life.
Wow. Do you have any children, or were you in a relationship when this happened?
No, I actually have a child. She was born with a bad liver. That's another battle. That's another cross I had to drag across the world. I almost lost her 4 different times. And the day they came and told me they were going to transfer her to the Ronald McDonald House to die, a doctor just mysteriously had his flight canceled in the town I lived in, and he came and he saved my daughter.
Wow.
It was weird because there was a van that got broadsided, and the van exploded, burning 4 children inside of it. and they were in the same burn ward as where my daughter was in pediatrics ICU. And I met this guy as I was going outside when they told me that they were just getting ready to transfer her the next day to pass away in a Ronald McDonald House for Children. This guy meets me in an elevator and tells me, "Hey, follow me." And I was like, "Well, who the hell are you?" He's like, "Well, just follow me. Isn't your name Tom?"
What?
And I had just left. Whatever they call that, like the church inside the hospital.
Chaplain.
Yeah, the chapel, because it was ran by nuns, and I'm Roman Catholic. And right next to where this place is where the county holds all the murderers and people going through cancer that are in prison. So there's a guard there all the time. And when I came out, when I went in there, he said, "Well, you should be able to do all you want to do because there's nobody in there." And I went in there and I was mad at God, and I told him, "How dare you come and tell me for everything I've sacrificed, for you to tell me that you're going to transfer my child tomorrow to die?" And a guy tapped me on the shoulder and said, "How dare you be mad at God? You ought to be on your knees thanking him for the time that he's even allowed you to even have her. How dare you?" And I was like, "Well, who the hell are you?" And he's like, "I'm the person here to tell you, you need to grow the hell up. You need to grab that mustard seed of faith, son. You better grab it, and you better grab it quick, because if not, death's going to take it from you." And I went outside to smoke a cigarette, and this guy, he met me head on in the elevator, and it was on like Donkey Kong.
So he says to you, "Follow me," and you say, "Who the hell are you?" He says, "Are you Tom?" Is that what you said?
Yeah, he already knew my name. He said that he was on the plane as his flight was being canceled, and it just came across the radio about that kid being burned in that van, and they were and he asked the cab driver to rush me to that hospital. I'm a pediatrics doctor. Well, whenever he got there to the hospital, he came in the wrong doors, and I had just thrown a fit up there on that floor, and it got the guards and the cops in the building called on me. Well, he heard my name. And that, I guess that's how he got my name. But anyway, when I went and got on the elevator to go down and smoke a cigarette, he was stepping on that elevator. And he said, "Are you Tom?
What?
Come with me." And I said, "Yeah, now listen to this, though." As we're walking up there, he said, "How old is your daughter?" I said, "What?" He said, "How old is your daughter?" I said, "My daughter is 1.5 years old. I've never heard her cry. I've never heard her laugh. She's a lethargic baby. She doesn't move." And he goes, "Well, we'll figure that out here in a minute, because I know 2 children's already died in that van, and I know that I can save your daughter today." I'm like,
What?
"Man, whatever." So we get to ICU. I'm scrubbing. Listen to this. I'm scrubbing up to go into ICU, because you have to scrub up, put the booties on. You got to do protocol because it's a child in there. Okay. He just walks right on in there. Look, I mean, just opens the door and goes in there, and he asked that nurse, he said, "Where's this child's chart at?"
What?
And she said, "Well, I don't know." He goes, "I'm taking care of the burn patient." He goes, "I'm going to tell you something. Hand me those 4 charts on them 4 children." And he looks at the 4th one, and he said, "You've already lost 3, haven't you?" And she said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Ma'am, I need you to get me a flight nurse here as fast as you can. Don't you have Lifeline in this hospital?" She goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Call it now, stat." And that nurse goes, "Well, who the hell are you?" And he goes, "I'm the asshole that's getting ready to fire you." That's what he said. Well, he goes, "Where's your daughter's doctor at?"
Wait. No, I interrupted. He said what to her after she said, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah, he said, "I'm the doctor that's going to fire you.
Wow.
So get me the flight nurse." Well, anyway, so this is all going on in like 3 minutes. I mean, I'm panicking. I'm freaking out. You know, I'm an ex-serviceman. I'm sitting there, and this is my child. Well, anyway, he goes over and he just pulls the oxygen tubes out of her, and he goes, "I can't help that 4th one in there." As he's talking to me, he's looking at me. He goes, "Look me in the eyes." I said, "Okay." He goes, "I might be able to save her." And I said, "So what are you going to do?" And he said, "The reason why she's lethargic is because she needs to have cardiocentesis done around her heart. Her heart is so full of fluid that she can't do anything. She's suffering in her own fluid." And he told that nurse about that time her doctor came in, and he goes, "I need a crash cart with a cardiocentesis kit." And my daughter's doctor said, "Well, that ain't going to happen." He goes, "I don't care what's going to happen because you're already fired."
What?
At that time, here come the flight nurse in. He opened up that catheter kit. He placed it right up. He took a magic marker out from behind his ear, placed a dot on her chest, and stabbed that needle right into her heart, and that fluid went clear up and hit the ceiling. Yes. And my daughter screamed for the first time. It was the best sound I ever heard. And she's 27 years old right now.
Okay.
She's 27
Right, a
years
fucking
old.
Amazing.
So
write a
Thomas, during this time, had you already had your face sharded or whatever the words are?
Yes.
So you are now with that outside appearance, and you're making a scene and all that. Are you in that time? This is going to be like a real deep question, right? Are you in that time aware of their judgments, even in that moment, or not?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I also knew that whatever I was dealing with was way stronger than what I would ever be, and I thought I was pretty much strong for what I had went through.
Dude,
good medical.
what do you think, Thomas? What do you think about that doctor? Who was that?
Well, this is what he told me. He told me his name. Now, this guy was like 6'7".
Oh
and he
my
had that,
God, you're joking.
No, and he had that. And he had like the crow nest, like Count Dracula has, on the forehead. Jet black hair all the way down to his waist, wearing a duster trench coat. And he said, I'm from Scandinavia.
Hold on. You're two questions, and I don't know the answer, but I got to ask. You're not crazy, are you? This is real. Because, listen, you're speaking
Man, I can
my
prove
language,
everything I just said.
Chris's language. We know this, but I got to make sure you're not putting me on right now.
No, man, no. There ain't no bullshit here. This is straight from the heart, dude.
I could hear it in your voice. I just had to say it because if I don't, I'd be wanting to say it the whole time. So
Man,
listen.
do you know how many times I've accepted my daughter's death and she's still alive? Because that was the only way that I could get through a year and a half of knowing that at any time she could go. That was the only way I could accept and still be around my child without going crazy, because I had already had to accept her being dead.
Wow.
Now, you place that on any parent.
Who do you think this doctor was to you? How do you describe who was the doctor to you?
Oh, I believe he was the angel of both.
Right? That's the
I
feeling
believe he could have. I think he could have snapped his fingers and it could have went either way.
Right?
But whenever he told me that he was from Romania and that his descendants of his family knew my family's crest, I was like,
What?
bullshit. I called him out on it. He said, no, man. No. I'm being honest with you.
And you said, he said to you, look at me in the eyes, right?
Yep. Every time he talked to me, I had to look him in the eyes. Because he said a man cannot lie through the window.
I asked you before you had picked up other people's judgments. Do you remember if you looked at him and you felt he didn't judge you, or if he did judge you? Did he have a problem with your face?
He didn't have no problem with me at all.
And you
He said,
could feel
I've
it,
seen
right?
100 times worse than what you are. That's what he told me.
What did he say?
He said, I've seen 100 times worse than what you are.
How did you feel being around him, man?
Like I was enlightened. Like everything was okay.
Fucking A, dude. Have you had any more experiences like that?
Oh, shit, man. My whole life.
That's what it sounds like.
I'll tell you another one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another one. I got a part-time job, and I was working in a church parking lot on a Sunday morning. And that church was a Nazarene church, and it didn't have their church, for some odd reason, didn't start till 11 o'clock. So I'm there at like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm putting the stripes and the handicap logos because my boss had just got done seal coating it, with the tar top or whatever. And this kid comes, this man pulls up on his Cannondale bicycle. And I remember Cannondales back in the 80s, they were really expensive, and they were like the best bike you could cruise on as far as cross country.
Right.
And I said, hey, man, that's a pretty nice Cannondale. What's it weigh? 2 pounds? Because they're all made from sheet metal. And he goes, I think it weighs like 7. Well, anyway, we started talking, and I had gotten in trouble, and I was looking at 30 years. And he come over to my van where I was sitting because I just got done spraying the handicap logos. And he said, man, he goes, have you ever just gave all your problems to Christ? I said, what? I said, yeah, he ain't got time for me. There's more people out there than I am that he's helping. I can pull myself through this. He said, no, he goes, can I say a prayer for you? And I said, yeah, sure. So he said a prayer. This is like all over an hour, and we bullshitted with each other. Well, then anyway, he gave me his card. and it said where he worked at and everything. I said, he goes, hey man, sometimes you get a chance, you're going to understand what I meant about giving it to God.
Whoa!
He goes, you just look me up, and when you do, you're going to immediately understand. Okay, well, man, we worked on government buildings, so like I was in one state one day, in another state another day doing a prison roof. I was over here in this state in Oklahoma doing this. We're over in Illinois. I did the All-State Arena where Sabbath and all them played at. You know, I mean, I was everywhere. Well, then all of a sudden, I was home for 3 days because it was all bad wind and rain and shit. So I had told my boss, I'm just going to take the 3 days off. So I went to where that guy worked at, which was a Domino's. And I walked in and I said, I need to talk to such and such. And the manager's chin hit the damn counter. He says, is this some kind of sick practical joke, bastard? I said, what are you talking about? I need to talk to him. He goes, well, when did you know him? I said, about a month ago. He said, man, I'm telling you, if you don't get out of here, he said, I'm going to beat your head in concrete. And I said, what's your problem? He said, that man's been dead for 2 years.
Oh my God.
That's what he meant by I needed to give it to God. Because he was there talking to me, telling me.
When you were younger, do you recall if you ever had any paranormal experiences?
Oh man, okay, like when I was 7,
Yeah.
we were in a blizzard in Iowa,
Okay.
and my parents forgot me. And I was in a grain trailer and I froze to death when they found me. 7 years old. Okay, that's my first trauma incident. Year later, my dad's billy goat gets loose and goes out into our brand new apple orchard. And my dad tells me to go track him down, grab him by his chain so he doesn't hang himself on something, and bring him back. So I run to go step on his chain, and it trips me and knocks me over into a brand new spruce tree, and I knocked a bird's nest out of the tree, and 100 crows attacked me. Yes, and my dad had to pull them off of me to get me out of there, and I had to go into ICU, and they pecked my eyes, my tongue, inside my ears, down my throat, and it was a very painful experience.
Have you read the story of Job?
Yeah, I know all of them.
You remind me of Job. What do you think when I say that? How do you feel when I say that?
Oh, I know what he went through.
But when I feel like I'm talking to Job. Like, that's how I feel. What do you think about that?
To each their own, you know. I mean, that's your opinion.
Yeah,
Now,
but
do I
does
think
that sound like a compliment, or does it sound like a put down?
It's not a put down. I didn't mean that wrong.
No, I
it's
meant
not
it
a
as
put
the
down.
highest compliment, just so you know.
I'm going to tell
I
you
just don't
something else,
know.
and then I won't talk anymore.
I know that you know how strong you are. I don't know if you realize how strong you sound to the
5
outside.
years ago, 5 years ago, before my older sister died, she was going through chemo, and the doctor had given her first pump on her tube, her port tube, and instead of it infusing over a 5-day period of time, it infused all of it in her in 45 minutes. And we almost lost her, and the doctor had to quit the hospital. It was all kinds of stuff. So this was on a Monday morning, and we were rushing her to Kansas City, Missouri, to go to a radiation specialist where he was going to put the isotope right on her cancer to try to kill it, or we were going to lose her anyway. It was like the last step. I tell my family I'm going to go with the car, fill up with gas, and I'll be back here in 30 minutes. I go to one gas station in the town that I live in. I get ready to put gas in, and lightning strikes me. Yes, shut the whole damn gas station down, the pumps, power in the gas station everywhere. And I didn't even realize that it hit me. I'm dead serious. I didn't even realize that it hit me. Okay, well, anyway, then the ladies come out from the gas station and say, hey, we're down until we can get our computer back up. I said, well, shit, I'm going to have to go over to the other one. She said, don't you even hurt? I said, what the hell's there to hurt? I got to get my sister. I was so caught up in what I was doing. So I just jumped in the car and took off to the other gas station. I pull in there, get ready to go put gas in, get struck by lightning twice in the same day.
Oh, come on.
I can prove it.
I'm not going to say you're lying. I don't.
Excuse my French, but
No,
everything I've told you.
You're either telling the truth or you're the biggest liar. But I'm going to go with truth because I just believe you for some reason. Chris, what do you think about this, dude? Hold on, bro. I need, in other words.
It's hard to put my mind around all of these things. The thing about it, I gotta say, Thomas, is just the clarity that you relay the memories and the details and the fluidity. I gotta believe it, man. I choose to believe it because
It's the
sounds
cross
like,
that I carry, guys.
and that's. But you gotta understand, man. That is just so. Everything you said, just one after the other. Now I know you're recalling your whole life and you're picking out 3 moments, but I mean those are outstanding moments. That I was really touched by the story of the doctor. I immediately go in my mind. I go to aliens. I think that guy was an alien. 6'7", hair to his hip.
I went there too.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. There's too many out of the ordinary things. That's somebody that is.
I researched his family tree, and he came back to the 3rd cousin of Vlad the Impaler.
I believe you have. I believe that you have been part of some kind of an alien something, because the angels and the demons, they end up, as time goes forward, we'll see that they were really just higher level beings, you know, and we didn't have the words to describe them. But your experience is very familiar to Chris and I, because we watch shows on this all the time, and you're telling the same stories we hear. It's just amazing to talk to you on live. Hell,
This
what do
is
you
what
think
people
about all
don't
that?
understand. This is what people don't understand. Let me break something out into the open for you. The 4 beasts that sat around the throne, the watchers that sat in the towers, those that were fallen. Okay, look at the Anunnaki. Look at the other ones that fell before, the Sumerians. Look at who they were. Look at the Egyptian pharaohs. Look at their lords that they worshipped. Those were the 4 beasts around the seat of the throne. Those are the ones that jumped at the same time the watchers fell. Now, don't say that. Just let me spin this out there for a second and research what I'm telling you, because I'll come back and I'll ask you. The same time that Christ was crucified, the Pharaoh of Egypt had the same name as who runs Egypt today. Same name. Now, there is no such thing as coincidence. We've come to realize that in this world that we live in. But the thing is it was the pharaohs that got together with the Jews that reigned for him to die, because I don't know if I'm saying this word right. The paper that was used to print anything and document, which was this being started, was parchment paper from rice seed and something else. And they had just learned
Papyrus.
taxation to be able to put their mark on paper for those who paid their taxes, instead of taking in gold so it wouldn't be robbed for the king. Okay. So at the same time that all this was happening, something weird happened in Egypt, that all the plagues came and everybody was famine and all this other stuff and the drought. Well, one of the pharaohs was touched by a light, and basically it was asked, where the hell did these come from? And this light's talking about these house cats that he sees. Who created these that were not created by my father? Now you think about this for a second. And the Pharaoh says, they come from the puma, the cheetah. I can't think of the other one. But anyway, they come from 3 different cats. And whatever he calls the person back then, kind of like a wizard or whatever, that did all their alchemy, says that we did that because they had a mentally challenged, mentally retarded child that loved the big pumas and had always tried to kill him. So he asked if he could tame a cat down. What he did, he just knocked the cat down in size. Now that story comes from the Book of Angels. That's written in 1771 by a guy that rewrote it from a book from 1124. Okay, but
that doesn't sound far. Hey, that doesn't sound far-fetched at all. That sounds logical.
Yeah,
I'm
easier
just
than
saying,
the Romanian doctor.
You have you got like the dog man, you got the Sphinx, you've got the all those that sat etched in the walls, from the Aztecs to the Mayans, all the way up to Easter Island, all the way into the Egyptians. Man, it all comes from one place. And okay, now I'm going to tell you what I think of aliens real quick. Aliens are us that was from our past, from when this world cycled again, and they tried to get away from this world, and they got left out there. And it just so happens that, when you have no pressure and all whatever BS happens through science or whatever, because I really never liked science, It's a cheap way for an excuse for man to call it something else. But the thing is those are us coming back here from another lifetime that are still surviving, that are basically demons coming back to try to claim life. That's just my opinion.
No, that's one of the valid theories. I understand that. I can't prove that, but that's something I look at for sure. Makes sense. You know what I mean?
To manifest on it, anything can happen.
So here you are now, right? Probably one of the most fascinating people I ever met in my life, and I met some really fascinating people. Okay, and you, what do you see when you look at the future? Do you see the future for yourself?
I see myself sitting in a chair with ash falling from the sky in a house that I used to sit in when I was a child, and the roof's gone.
That's a vision
All
you
my
have?
family is gone. You know,
That's a vision. It's like an apocalyptic vision, or what?
it's a vision that says it doesn't have to be that way, that I need to change the course or the path that I'm walking.
Oh, is that
But it
right? Is that
takes-
what that means?
I mean, what people don't understand is the power of persuasion by the word of mouth can run complete countries off of a lie.
Yeah.
Same as, we can be manipulated by saying, by one person saying one thing to us, and then it goes to another person, and hell, next thing you know, 10,000 people are telling 10,000 different stories.
Yep.
That's the reason why, if you research what I'm saying, we were never allowed to learn to read and write. We were never supposed to learn that.
Yep.
The fallen angels taught us how to read and write for a reason, because they wanted to help us.
Mm-hmm.
They are in a different domain than what we were.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, we got Papa Bear on. He came on last time. Guys, I have to end soon because I have to get ready to go out. Papa Bear, what's happening with you?
Not much, man. At work, my last night. Then I get a 4-day weekend.
What do you do when you get a 4-day
Nice.
weekend? How do you like to spend it?
The gym.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about this conversation that's been going on?
I actually just came in at the last second, but I like what my man was saying about angels and all that stuff about we weren't never supposed to write. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that, a lot of people don't like to go down, because then they start discovering the truth about a lot of things that, they want to be still blinded by. I'm very open to a lot of new ideas and thoughts and stuff, and I like the idea of the intergalactic, or whatever you want to call that, saying. But yeah, it's a pretty good conversation so far. I mean, like I said, I came at the wrong time, I suppose.
So it was probably the most fascinating conversation I've ever had, because Thomas right there, he's had half of his face disfigured by metal from war, and the stuff he was telling us, his life, his daughter was in the ICU on her deathbed, really. And he was praying, he was mad at God, and this doctor arrives out of nowhere, 6'7", long hair, fucking knows his name, takes him, saves his child, gives him this. I mean, like, you want to, bro, we were ending. We're coming down. We're going to land the spaceship, I call it, okay? But that was so fascinating. I have to figure out how to put this live on the air. Yogi Chris, is there a way to put this whole thing on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could get it taken care of in the morning if you want. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
that
that'd
was
be cool.
That was such an. Hey, Thomas, that's an unbelievable story. Wow. So give me Thomas. Give me some advice, okay? Now I know I could hear it in your apocalyptic vision, right? That you want to make changes in your own self, okay? But in my world, I see gods and angels and demons and shit like that, and I'm attracted to anything that's powerful. And when I put your character in my book, you're quite a powerful character. So if you were going to teach me something, right, because you wanted me to do really well in life, would you be able to give me an advice? Would you be willing to give me an advice?
I'll give you advice right now. You got to hold compassion in your heart. Let all that which has stained your heart and your soul, release it, wash it away from you, because it's not worth carrying it.
Mm-hmm. That's the exact message that I've been getting. That's amazing. That's literally
those things that we carry. Those things that we carry that are a burden to our soul can also change and manipulate our change of the way that we walk on our path. So that takes us away from what's already been written and documented for the angels to witness. And if it can't be witnessed, then you're going to fail to the wrong side, and you're going to burn in that flame. and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Each person is given that hope and change that you can carry that flicker in your heart to rise up from that ash and knock off that webs and crud and become something. Just like the God said, we can be lords and we can have vassals, but you will never be a God. So we can control people, we can run businesses, we can be as high up in the world as we want to. But we got to make sure we maintain our compassion. Compassion for our children. Do you know how many children I have saved over the last 20 years of my life and people didn't even care that they were missing? Our children is what makes this world go round. And for people to let all this harm and trafficking of our children and all this other shit going on, man, I got a place for you. It's called your head on a stick out in the front yard somewhere. Because smiting should have never been taken away from the power of man.
Hey, that's your bloodline and Count Dracula talking, putting a head on a pike. Just so you know, you can't even open it.
I just know that's what Templars did to you too.
That's what
you're evil.
That's your bloodline. We got a Viking online too, and he laughed like a Viking. Did you hear the Viking laugh? Hey,
I did hear.
Hey, how do you tell some jokes of Viking? You say put a head on a pike. All right, everybody.
My opinion on the Vikings is this: the Vikings were the only Lord that actually did not try to change their way and belief of what they believed in, because they were from that which they were taught, and they never strayed. They never changed. So God never struck nothing because they didn't worship anything that was no different than what He was. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, there's a place and a way for everything in this world.
If anything,
they did it right.
If anything, the Catholic Church took a lot from our pagan beliefs and assimilated it into it. From the Yule to the Four Seasons. Even a lot of the stories of how Odin his travels. After researching and reading religion, I found a commonality amongst all religion is they all lead to a higher power.
And they all came from one place.
Yeah, and they all. So is it not just the same God, different names? The same
he has
spirit,
many names.
Just different names? Yeah.
Yeah, he has many names. I mean, growing up, I mean, I was already an adult when the Transformers came out. But if you guys need to go and look up all the names of God and Christ, and then go watch a Transformers show. Because they're all named after the gods. The Transformers, the Decepticons, you know, I mean, Optimus Prime. I mean, they're all named after gods of one God. Wow. It's weird because that Japanese dude was very smart when he wrote Transformers.
Yeah,
because they were down on
cartoons. Guys, I have to be getting off soon. Someone says, "Can I speak?" Of course you can speak. I just don't know how to invite you. Miss Hash, do you have video? All Pretty Girls has to put on video here. Can you do that?
Oh no, that's okay. You can drop me.
What happened? No, that's okay. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I live in Florida. Where are you from?
Well, I'm living in Las Vegas right now, but I used to live in California for a long time. So I would say I'm from California.
Okay, cool.
Have you been there?
I visited there.
Oh yeah, what part?
LA, just as a vacation, you know.
You had family there, or you were visiting because you wanted to see something there?
Oh no, I don't have family there. It was just a vacation. No, I'm originally from the Midwest. My father comes from Alaska. Wow. He's indigenous to Alaska. He moved to the Midwest, and then to make a long story short, I've been to almost every state, visited almost every state, and then now I'm in Florida.
Wow. So right when you're talking, you know, God gave me a gift, and I'm going to use it right now. So growing up, did you have any supernatural experiences?
Oh yeah. Oh. That's just, you know, wow. I could go. I don't know where to start, but yeah, absolutely.
That's what I heard in your voice for sure. So you have been ever since you were a little child, right? You've seen things outside the window or no?
Yes.
Right. And were those things blue?
Were they blue?
Yeah, light blue. What
No.
color?
Well, okay, if you're talking about like something supernatural, like out of this world, there was a cat that was like very unusual. And then I've also seen butterfly looking creatures, or I don't know, it seemed
The
like fairies or
Mothman.
butterflies that were white, just
How
like a
big?
white
How
light.
big were they? How big were they?
Oh, maybe like the size of my fist.
And what were they like flying around your place? Where'd you see them?
Just usually around trees, outside, around trees.
Is this in Alaska?
Oh no, this is in the Midwest and in Florida.
Did anybody else see it besides you?
Not when it comes to those things, but I have had experiences where my daughter has also seen unexplainable, unusual things with me.
Okay, so here's what I was going to tell you. I'm going to be real honest, and this is me pushing myself to be so honest. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys. I have a feeling that your father has had a lot of experiences, and it's in his bloodline. Did your dad ever talk to you about shit like this?
This is the thing about my father. Oh my God, I don't want to get emotional, but this is the thing I'm kind of like going through, like emotionally and psychologically and spiritually and even physically right now. Like the thing about my dad is he was ashamed of himself. He was ashamed of his roots, where he came from. He comes from a village. He comes from poverty, and yes, there's a very supernatural bloodline that comes with that. But he became MAGA. He became a white Christian nationalist, and that's not the way he was supposed to go. And that really affected me in so many ways, and like I'm just trying to deal with it. And so he never embraced that, he never embraced where he came from, and I actually had to do the research on my own.
When did you
And
do that?
when did I do that?
Yeah, is that a new activity?
Well, I want to say for the last like 5 years.
Yeah, it sounds like you kind of took it on recently, right? You were like, I got to do something about it. That's what your voice said to me. Like you were like, I got to take care of this shit. So what did you find when you researched your roots? That was so cool.
Well, first of all, for me, it's a little more complex than just that, because my mother is actually Irish. Um, and so there's that. And at first, I just rejected his side, because he rejected it, and
Exactly.
then and so and he tried to push Christianity onto me.
Hmm.
And I, never liked that. I never appreciated that.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I'm still traumatized to this day. There was a letter that was written by my great grandmother that said, basically a letter explaining that she was into witchcraft on my mother's side, her mother.
Man, I heard it in your voice right when you came on. I told you. Uh huh. Yeah, you
And,
haven't.
and and there
Yeah.
was a letter that explained why she converted back to Christianity, because she explained in the letter how she was basically she became afraid of her own power.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. and
Yeah.
and there's so much about my father's side, the information, the history that is lost due to colonizing.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you really have to
Hey,
dig.
your blood is screaming.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's what I mean by physically, that's physically affecting me, because
Yeah.
I feel sometimes like I'm on fire.
Yeah, your blood is screaming. It's shouting, right? That's
And
crazy.
being in the South just makes it hotter.
Yeah. Why are you
It just,
stuck
it's,
there?
it,
Are you like are you planted there like a tree, or can you move?
oh no, I'm not, like, I don't own property, which is good, because I can't, my blood can't take this heat forever.
Right. So why are you still over there?
Well, I'm here for reasons, because It has to do with my daughter's father.
I see. Making sure he's
Yeah.
miserable. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Making sure he's not okay, right? Wherever he goes, you gotta go make sure.
Making sure he dies alone.
Yeah, after he's destroyed, you can start living your life finally, right?
Exactly, and I have my hand over my heart right now.
Oh my God.
Because I just already feel a little bit better.
Why do you feel better?
I don't know. Just you asking me questions, you know?
Yeah, I'm interested. I really want to know. I think you have so many secrets that I want to know. A lot. When you saw those little butterfly creatures, what feeling did you get? What was the emotion you felt?
Happy.
Right? How many times have you seen them in your life?
Maybe a handful of times.
Have you noticed when you see them? Is there a consistency in the pattern of when they show up?
I have to be in a certain energy for it. I have to be in a certain space for it.
Do you know what that space is? How would you describe it?
Well, it's usually when I am not in the space I'm at right now. I'll tell you that.
We call that frequency. Your frequency, you need to raise it again. You know what I
Yep.
mean? How do you raise your frequency? What do you do?
To raise it?
Yeah, if you had to pass on your wisdom to your daughter, let's say, whether you have one or not, right? Or here's a good word for you. One day you will be the ancestors of your bloodline, and they'll be looking back at you. How would you tell them to raise their frequency if they were stuck in a low frequency?
Well, what I do is, first of all, I feel everything in my body.
Yeah.
So right now, like what I'm doing is I'm sort of like making certain sounds. It's not like a cry, but it's kind of like a cry, but it's like a releasing where I just kind of like go, you know, and I just kind of like try to feel it leaving me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then?
Well, I mean, it depends on how long I've been in the mud. You know, sometimes it can be like a one-time, you know, thing I do, and then I'm good and I carry on. And then other times,
you sound like you've been in the mud for a little bit of time. That's what I hear in your voice too. So why has it this time been difficult to get yourself out?
What do I have to do to get myself out?
Why is this? It sounds like, I don't know. I'm only telling you how you sound. Okay, it sounds like you've had a difficult time getting yourself out lately. So what's been difficult this time around?
I think it's that I'm having like an empty nest syndrome issue because my daughter just went off to college.
Oh yeah, that'll do it, right?
Yep.
Does that make sense though? That would happen?
It does, and then it just makes me reminisce and think over, you know, past and stuff, you know. So yeah.
And then how do you deal with that?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Have you read the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle?
Nope.
Okay, I recommend it right after this. It's really good. Soothing.
Okay.
Get the audiobook. It's soothing. He has a soothing voice. That book helped me. Right? Look, what you're dealing with, everybody deals with in their own version about some subject. That's what we're talking about earlier, right? And that's your workbook. That's what you have to work through right now. That's your next thing for your bloodline to get stronger. Because you have to overcome all the curses of your ancestors. They pass it on to you just like they pass it on to me. And we're either going to take it and put a ring of snakes around the next generation's head and neck, or we're going to put a crown on it. But if we're wearing a crown, we put a crown on them. So we got to first take the position of handling all of our problems, and they're all internal. They're not external, right? You're not feeling your problem on the outside. You're feeling the inside. The way you're looking at it is the way it's creating the problem. Now, it's not going to be easy, but easy is just a word. It's nothing else, okay? It's just the process is the process that it takes. It's not easy for a tree to grow, but there's a process when you water it, it grows. It has no choice to grow. So it's not easy to get over it, but it's a process to get over it, and you have to keep watering it with what you want. So what is it that you want? What do you want for yourself?
Well, first, I kind of want to, I want closure, I guess.
And who gives that to you?
Well, I've been trying to give it to myself, but it hasn't been working.
So who's going to give it to you then?
I don't know.
Right. So wherever you looked inside to find the closure, keep looking, because you're the only one that's going to close it. Okay, that's a fact. But it may not be easy to find it because it's going to be uncomfortable to look in that place. Right. Here's what I've always looked at. I still do it. Right. If I am having a problem, I look for fear. There's a fear somewhere. Right. And fear is an energy or a demon or a spirit or whatever, any word which describes this external thing inside my system that starts to take over and gnaw away at my whole nervous system, right? So when I find the fear, then I have an obligation to myself and everybody else around me to handle my fear about the subject, right? It's no longer about the subject. The subject points to a fear. It's a map. And how far I go in that fear is how close I can get to uprooting it. I got to get to the real truth. Fear comes from this. I'm afraid of losing something. End of story. Whatever that is. Okay. It's always a fear of loss, even if that loss is loss of status, right? It's not necessarily you lose. It could just be what you feel is a loss of identity becomes fear. So then you realize that you're attaching yourself to an identity and you're not an identity, right? So, instead of being an identity, you're the creator of identities. You go, okay, that was me as a mother. This was my role. This was me as a girlfriend or wife. That was my role. This is me now. Here's my role. And then you begin to play your role. The role evolves by itself. When you play it fully, it goes into the next role. It's like this weird timeline of the human species. It's like a plant. You know what I mean? If you water yourself today with the thoughts you want, with the emotions you want, it's easier said than done, but that's the work. If you put in the time to put in the thoughts, the feelings, and the environments, and just be the output of the energy you're looking for, over time, this energy will start to rewrite the energies around you, because right now, you're writing your environment with the energy in you, whatever that is, right? And so the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, lucky get lucky, all that stuff. All it is energy attracting energy. You're already aware of this. That's how you know you're not at your best right now. So you have an obligation. You have to get yourself out of there, okay? And it's easier to do it if you have someone you love. So if you love your daughter, right, you get yourself out for her. It's always easier when you love someone to become stronger. That's one of the codes I found, right? If you're just for yourself and nobody else, you won't have that much motivation. You'll give up. You might even kill yourself, okay? A lot of things that kept me on a straight path is I had a mom and dad that cared for me. So I knew that if I did action ABC, that they would suffer, and I really cared for them, so I didn't do it, right? Now, being older, I realized that if they weren't there, I would have had a completely different thought. It was only because I knew they cared about me, and I cared about them, right? So if there's anybody you care about, you use that as fuel, real positive fuel. And the negative fuel, because we're going to use both, it's alchemy. The negative fuel is whatever has happened to you is actually pointing to somewhere in your immune system as a spiritual being, somewhere in that immune system, you need to strengthen that immune system, okay? And it gets stronger by going through the disease, and it will immunize yourself to it. But it has to first get the experience without resistance, right? So after that first book, there'll be a second book I recommend. Now listen, everybody, I have a short amount of time to shower. Man, it was. I don't know. Every guest came on and every guest killed it. So, all right, thank you very much. See you guys real soon, okay? My teacher said, be the best.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, man. See you soon.
Yep.